My Hero Academia. Okay, Thurman.
Oh my God,
I
Toga,
fucking
Toga. Oh my
loved
God.
this chapter. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to start off and say it. Horikoshi is actually stepping up his fight choreography game. Honestly. Like, do you feel me? Like,
Yeah,
this shit was amazing.
you can't.
Here's the thing. I'm notoriously distracted. I'm a very distracted person. It takes me stupidly long to read a chapter. I'm looking over there. I'm watching a fucking spider in the corner. Oh, the sun's shiny. I'm fucking weird like that, right? I know a chapter's good when I am, like, so invested that I'm not blinking and I actually, like, read the chapter quickly. I was, that shit happened to me, and I loved it to death. All right, what do you think, Thurman?
Oh man, it's. Can we? I'm sorry. I just that last page. Oh
Yeah! Toga,
God,
dude!
that shit. Oh my God,
Okay.
that is fucking Black Clover shit right there.
Get the hell out of here.
That is some Black Clover shit.
No. Stop it. My
Yes,
hero's
yes,
godly.
yes. All that blood and shit. All that blood and shit. Yeah, that's off doing like a hardcore fight.
All right, listen,
Fuck.
man. Can we stop with the trash and talk about the godliness here?
Uh,
Please? A little bit? Bro, I need to. One day, when we're big enough, I'm going to get King of Lightning. Just, like we're going to be in a thing, and I want the King of Lightning to be there. And I want to be like, King of Lightning, I need you to just troll this motherfucker for this Black Clover love. Because, like, God, it'd be beautiful. Oh.
King of Lightning wouldn't even
calling
step
him
up
out?
to. You'd get destroyed if you ever think that Black Clover. That's me. That's me fucking talking shit right now.
Listen, can we? First of all, I was reading this and I was like, Horikoshi's giving the people what they want. He's a man of the people, and the people want more Toga, and we got that shit. I genuinely did not expect it to be an entire chapter of Toga fight, but we got that shit. And
Bro, like this, I called it, man. We're gonna.
You
like,
did?
They're gonna focus on certain characters, which I am happy about.
and like, can we just talk, like, look at how much more interesting? Like, this is really interesting, and it's not like boring or like kind of like sloppy pacing, at least so far, like the other arc was. You know what I mean? Like, this was interesting. It didn't really feel like that awkward pacing to me.
And you're definitely right, because it's the way everything's flowing, how they're just doing everything. It's fucking amazing. And I'm sorry, but we have to talk about this motherfucking JoJo slash
Killer Queen.
We have
she's a killer.
a double reference right now. A Gimthru Crash Killer Queen fucking reference right now.
Dude, I was just like, I was reading their quirk and I was waiting for there to be like more explanation, and I was like, oh no, that is literally just Killer Queen. Like,
Killer Queen and Gimthru. You'd be like, now all I need is a fan art of Killer Queen, Gishka Akira, Chitose, and Gimthru all just like playing with bombs in fan art.
No,
Someone get on.
I was gonna go a bit dirtier with it. I want a fan art of Killer. I want a fan of Yoshihaya Akira Genthru spit roasting this girl.
Spit roast. Just
what? One cock in mouth, one cock in one of the other places. Just just explode. Like, have you ever seen those hentais where Bakugo's fucking someone and he's like exploding his cock? Just like.
Yo,
that's
these
an explosive lovemaking session, Thurman.
Yo, these manga are wildin', bruh.
Yeah. By the way, just so there's gender equality here. If she wants, she can be on top. In fact, she looks like a top to me, honestly. So maybe either way, I just wanted to make a sex joke. It is not a sexist thing. I just like sex.
Bro, imagine that sex, bro. They literally all of it would just be them blowing off each other's body parts while fucking. Like,
just like you're just their roommate and you're just hearing like. With some moans in between, obviously, and then at the end, Yoshihage Akira walks out with her hand.
Yo, Yoshihage Akira survives because you can't harm his stand.
Yeah. No, his stand is the one doing the fucking. He's just watching.
Yo, he's like, all right, Stan, you have your fun. Just leave me the hand afterwards.
Yeah, it's like when you like give your dog the scraps, just like you can have everything, but only do not touch the hand. That's mine. Touch nothing but the lamp. That shit's cool. Well, that was a great little aside. I hope you're still here.
That's fucking beautiful.
Sometimes I'm like, I have a joke in my head, and it's for pure shock value, and I sure hope it doesn't make me sound sexist. Like, listen, I just want to see an explosive threesome. It has nothing to do with any sort of gender role or anything like that.
The SJWs don't care about that.
But speaking of gender roles and best girls over here, God, Toga, motherfucking Toga. Like, bro, she's in the middle of like, all right, I really, like, she's giving her villain monologue, and she's like, I just want to interview you. I want to find out. Oh, my reporter said this. And then you just see off in the left-hand corner just a knife going to this dude's fucking artery. Like, yo, Toga don't give a fuck.
Bro, I want to know how she became such a good of a fighter. Is she like a natural talent? Was she
like
trained?
She mentioned that, right? She's like, it's not just that you're an anarchical fucking crazy ass like fuck the system high schooler. You are like really well trained at fighting. What the fuck happened to you? Like, that shit is fascinating.
Like, she's like, it's incredible to me that, because we found out a bit of history of her, right? That she's the eldest daughter of some family,
and she's
like
17, almost legal.
And like, so when she says eldest,
I need to chill. This is not a good video for my image. It's an anime joke, okay? Every anime fan is like, can I fap? Yes, no. It's very important.
What you gotta do is, all you got to save yourself, all you gotta do is just do the beep over your jokes. Works every time.
Or I could just pull the Alex Jones where I just kind of give a disclaimer every time, like, oh, this is a joke. Or politically, of course.
And if you support our non-existent Patreon, you get to see the unblit version, the uncensored version.
One day we'll have a Patreon. I just got to think about what kind of shit that we can put on it.
That joke will never die. The support our Patreon joke will never die.
Put me on Patreon so I can fly to Vegas and fucking fist Thurman.
Oh, you're giving me a good time, man. Come on.
Nah. All right, listen.
That's more like a reward than a punishment.
Ugh, no. I don't trust your dirty, uncleaned ass, bro.
I mean, my ass is very clean. Anyway.
Okay. No, but again, this fucking panel, bro, this is going to be the one I'm waiting. If we get no dislikes, because almost all of our My Hero videos almost never have dislikes. If this one still has no dislikes, I'll know we have the best fans of all time. And if there's a dislike, if there's even one dislike, fuck you. I know who you are.
If there even is a dislike, I guarantee you will probably be some rando who just happened.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be like, yeah, I've been challenged. No, but okay, so this panel here where she's just like, again, jumping down with the knife, that shit's fire. But you know what? I wanted to talk about what I do love about this fight. Is that Horikoshi is like marvelously doing this, like, there's no time for her to breathe. There's always like a group of people trying to fucking kill her, and they're not scrubs, as Spinner pointed out. Like, I can see this in the anime, like just how quickly and like sporadically, and it's just like she falls, she gets up, there's another group of people fucking with her. Oh my god, it's just, and then like the scene where she's in the midair and she puts all of her fucking like suckers out, and of course she's like, oh, I have my sucky hat, and I'm like, what the fuck? You can just tell that this shit would look fire in the anime. And I mean, it looks fire here, but like, it's just one of those scenes that, like, you know those things that people like retweet on Twitter where it's like, here's a really well animated scene, and it's like, there's like no pausing. It's like all dynamic motion and it never stops. This strikes me as a scene that would be like really dynamic motion, really quick, never stopping, never giving you time to blink. You know, it's just like, she falls, she gets up, there's more people. I love that shit.
Yeah, and the fight choreography with it too is just phenomenal, right? It's just like while she's talking, just fighting, talking, fighting, and then we, like I said before, we find out that she's the eldest daughter. So does that mean possible sibling? Possible?
Interesting. We will talk a little bit more about her backstory in a second. I do want to talk about. I love, again, Horikoshi. His strength has never been fights, but like, fuck, this is good because. I like Toga's strategy is fucking amazing already, because she's like, oh, I'll get blood from everybody, I can blend in, but then, in a JoJo level move, you got strategies within strategies here, you got strategies within strategies, she blows up, the blood was a bomb, So, and she
Yeah, that was
sacrifices her own people for that shit, just so Toga
yeah.
can't. Oh my god, it was so good.
I'm not gonna lie. That's as soon as I saw that shit, I was like, I heard the fucking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure theme play like I heard like Nani.
She doesn't know her enemies. No.
Kodo power.
But yeah, I mean, and you already see too, like this is just reinforces the cultish nature of this fucking group because they're like, yes, we are willing to die for this cause, you know.
Like, so they must, because you can definitely tell they had information to begin with, like humongous information, right? Like fucking using their blood, turning their blood into a bomb so she can't lick it, bro. That's just fucking insane.
Yeah, so they must know her. I mean, it makes sense, right? Like what we've seen from them already is they have like satellites. They know where they are and meet at all times. Like they have that like Big Mom from One Piece level information network.
The info network.
So yeah, here's what's interesting. I do want to get into this, right? So this, because again, I love Toga to death. And the fact that we're getting a little bit more into her backstory, I love, right? So we kind of see this thing where she disappeared right after her middle school graduation. And immediately, again, I really identify with Toga here because the vibe I get from Toga is she's a student who, because I take myself back to when I was leaving middle school, going into high school. I was terrified, you know, like you hear, at least for me, I would hear all the time about how much adult life sucks. When you're an adult, life's gonna suck. Oh my God, cherish your kid years. Oh, you know what I mean? I heard that over and over and over again. And I kept thinking about it over and over and over again. You know, there's this fucking stereotype that like kids are like, oh, I can't wait to be an adult. No, hell no. I was the opposite. I was terrified to be an adult. So I remember when I was going into high school, I cried. I was like, no, I don't want to. Because I was under the impression when I go to high school, that's it. Fun's over. Life's over. Fuck it. Right? So I like to think that... And the vibe I've always gotten from Toga is she's someone who saw the responsibilities of life coming, and she was like, fuck that. You know what I mean? I don't want to deal with that. And she, being a naturally extreme person, someone that, or maybe not naturally, but like she strikes me as someone that maybe has psychopathic tendencies, where she was originally, because she talks about how, oh, all your classmates said you were just this really calm, composed, sophisticated girl, right? But like, what do we know about psychopaths? And like, that's a strong word, but like people that are kind of a little unhinged, they're good at faking it, right? So I like to think that she, like anyone, had worries about becoming an adult, but the difference is she had this little, you know, something just snapped in her head that didn't snap in everyone else's head, which told her, and you know, most people, they just suck it up and say, well, I guess adult life sucks and paying taxes sucks and going to a job sucks. Fuck that. But with Toga, you know, most people are just like, all right, I'll get used to it. Toga, she was more like, nah, I'd rather just join like an anarchical fucking fuck the government, fuck the system. I just want to destroy everything. Way better than getting a job and paying taxes, which is fascinating to me because it's almost like this, to me, it's like this background dream I think everyone has where it's like, I hate the system. I hate these little things that stress me out. And she is someone who took action and was like, no, I'd rather be part of like this ragtag gang of criminals than go to a job. And I like that because you, like I said, you get this thing where she just disappeared. Her classmates never expected it. And you see this thing at the end where it's like, you know, why did you stop living your normal lifestyle? And she's like, what are you talking about? This is my normal. This is normal for me. And it's, you see her, oh my, I can't wait to see more. I can't even analyze it more than that, I guess, because I don't really know what she means by that. But like, do you have any thoughts on that? The whole, what she said at the end?
I think it's more so of, because like she said, right? I feel like she's like Shigaraki, but the opposite, right? She doesn't want to destroy everything. She wants to love everything, right? She wants to, because here's what she says too, right? She says like, look, you guys are trying to create a world where everyone can use quirks, you know, just like not just like us, but you know, but they're following their goals.
She kind of respects their goal.
Yeah. So she says like she really likes them too, right? So Toga to me feels like a person who loves easily, who will love just like who will love someone just based off of their dedication and motivation, right? Because why does she love Deku so much, right? When she first met Deku, instant she loved him. Why does she love Uraka so much? Because she was desperate to save what's her name? Froppy when she first, you know.
So I just got to it. She says, you Liberation Army guys are trying to create a wonderful world. I really like you, but I'm living normally too.
So Toga to me seems like kind of character that's written to love everything or to have like a very easy like loving, you know, 'cause, she likes Sting, she loves Sting, because we talked about this before in the other chapter reviews. She has a clear view of what love is. It's like a psychotic love that she has in her mind for certain people for different reasons, right?
I have a theory.
Because
do you mind if I interject here? I just thought so.
Yeah.
To me, I think she represents like a childish idea of the world, but like different than Shigaraki's. Her version of it is like, why can't life be easier, right? Because a line that I've always attached myself to is where she shows up and she's like, life is too hard, so I'm joining you guys, or something along those lines. But I remember she specifically was like, life's too hard, fuck it, right? So I think that, at least I can remember when I was a kid, I had this very like, I don't want to do it, I don't want to get a job, and I resisted as long as I could, because I was like, that's, when you're growing up as a kid, you want life to just be that. You want life to be hanging out with friends, playing video games. Why? And then I don't know about you, I had all these thoughts, like, why is life like this? I questioned it. I was like, why is life? Why is life going to a job for, more than half of your time? Why is 5 days of a week your job? Why are you seeing your coworkers more than your family and friends and people you love? Why are you doing something you hate longer than something you're doing that you love? Why is life like this? And, I went from what I do, me personally, is I can't stand to just sit by and live life like that. But I also can't just be an anarchist. So what I do is I get heavily involved in politics. And I hope to one day change things like that. For example, you have like unions in Germany just recently got them down to like a 26-hour work week. And like these things can change. But I see Toga as almost like the embodiment of this childlike idea that I held on to when I was a kid, which was life should be more than that. Humans should, there's that song, we were meant to be so much more, but we lost ourselves. I always take that as, we should be able to create this perfect society where it's like, life should be fun. Life should be, let's go out and have hobbies. Let's travel. Let's see the world. Let's hang out with friends. Let's fall in love. Let's make a family. But no, 70% plus of your time is going to a shitty job that you hate, being surrounded by shitty people that you hate. And to me, this is why I love Toga, because I see Toga as basically someone that just rejects that definition of life at every possible intersection. And I think her version of that is just, I don't know what I can do to stop this version of life, but I'm not going to fucking participate in it. That's what I see in her, and I like that.
Yep, most definitely. Especially given what we're going to see right now is what broke her, right?
I wanted to ask about this because I'll be honest with you, I'm a little lost. So this stuff that we see with like this girl that has the mask, is that like metaphorical? Like because it looks, I don't know. I'm having a hard time understanding. Like I feel like an idiot. Is that supposed to be Toga, or is that supposed to be the journalist? I was kind of confused.
So the flashback on page 13, correct?
Yes. Because the bottom shit's clearly the journalist talking to Joker motherfucker. Now this top shit here, is that Toga? Because my guess is, here's my assumption. A lot, like I said, I made this idea that I was making the theory that she's kind of like potentially psychopathic or sociopathic, right? And a lot of times the metaphor with that is like you're wearing a mask. Think like, and this is not to say Robin Williams is a sociopath, I'm just using an example. Like Robin Williams masked his depression. He laughed and he looked like the happiest dude ever, but he was wearing a mask. He was masking himself. So is this supposed to be Toga masking, basically, because what they say about sociopaths is that on the inside, they don't empathize with people, they don't understand human emotion, they can't really assimilate to normal human life, but what they do is they learn to copy. They're almost like, trying to think, like learning AI, right? Like they learn to kind of copy what other people do to fit in. That's what they say about sociopaths. And usually that is shown with this kind of visualization as a mask. So is this kind of like her, like metaphorically her mask falling off?
Yeah, I would get so, because the kid in the flashback looks like Deku. So
yeah. So was it, that'd be weird to me if it was Deku that made her, Because I know she has the thing for Deku, but is that implying that it was Deku that got her, unsnapped? Like, Deku was the one that was like, oh.
Yeah, because that looks like a younger Deku. Like, how old is Deku?
I don't fucking know. I was getting my water.
Like, oh, okay. I was like, where the fuck did you go? Yeah, so...
I'm thirsty, bitch.
Because isn't Toga older than Deku? I could be wrong.
A little bit. Well, so I'm trying to think. Like, I would have to kind of fucking parse together the timelines. Let me actually check what Toga... It was Toga 17. Well, Deku, he just entered high school, right? Like that's the point. So, like, when do you enter high school in Japan? Like, here, let me check. Deku...
Freshman when you're in 9th grade. Like,
Deku is... Going to the wiki. Hopefully there's not fucking pop-ups. Deku right now is 16. So a year younger.
Okay. So Toga would be his senior.
So she disappeared at the end of middle school. And Deku would have... I'm trying to think. Like, unless she saw Deku, like, in the game. No, but, like...
Well, I mean, it would make sense. Maybe they went to the same middle school.
Oh.
Because, I mean... Because that would make sense because if Deku... Because, I mean, the timelines fit, right? Because if she's older than Deku and she...
1 year.
And she disappeared right after the middle school graduate ceremony. That means that Deku would have had one more year of middle school before they met because she would have been a year old. So it would make sense I
hate the idea of it being Deku. The reason because that's more of that whole tropey like the main character is the cause of everything. You know.
I wouldn't mind if it's done well, honestly.
Well, because, like, I mean, to me it always made sense that Stain, because the first time we saw her it was like Stain is going to inspire a bunch of people, and then we saw her, right? And going back to my metaphor earlier of, like, fighting against what life should be, I think she saw Stain as, like, you know, he's fighting against what's wrong with our society, just like I see, like, a Bernie Sanders type figure, right? And you kind of attach hope to that person, and that person radicalizes you, makes you want to fight, makes you want to protest, right? So, to me, Stain makes sense. I'd be curious what she sees in Deku, if that is Deku that she's interested in.
It's probably because maybe it's the guy who looks like Deku, and that's why she likes him so much. Maybe?
I don't like it.
Maybe you have like the same ideals. Yeah, you don't like it, but remember last time you don't like it? Deku had
still don't like it.
Deku had multiple quirks, nigga.
I don't know. It's weird. Yeah. I hope to see more.
I mean, I don't mind either way. Because like maybe Hirokoshi just used it as a placeholder. Because look, if you look at the next one, it's like. She's like clearly she killed someone. Either she killed someone or that she saw that someone was killed. Something to do. So like whatever broke her.
What are you looking at? Like you mean the very bottom one where the mask starts chipping off?
Yeah, you don't see the knife in the right panel?
I'm looking.
With blood?
No. What are you talking about? Knife in the right
page 15 below.
15.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I thought that was her. I assume she's the knife one. I assume that was her with the knife. She killed, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Toga.
Oh, I thought you said she saw someone get killed. I'm sorry. I totally misunderstood what you were saying.
No, I was saying like.
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah. She snapped and killed someone. I'm sorry. That was just so obvious. I didn't even consider that was what you were talking about.
Well, no, because I was saying like. It could be a connection because maybe she killed that guy and because I'm trying to figure out. Do you ever know? I don't know if you ever seen it, but there's one series to where there's one female character that thinks that love is the same as killing someone, right? So the only way for them to completely show them they're not like a yandere type character, but the only way for them to show their love is like if they kill that person, right?
I've only seen two yandere series, and that is Future Diary and I think it's Hiragashi When They Cry. Those are the only two I've seen.
Like not even yandere, even like a video game series like Blaze Blue has a character that believes that like if like love they have a six twisted love to where like killing the person you love is the ultimate form of love. Like, even if like in Madaka Box, Kumagawa had this twisted mentality, like he tested his love by literally ripping the face of the girl he loved in middle school. Like, face off. So
I'll be curious. I mean, I guess I'm still hoping, because as someone who basically kind of hates how life is and like has had like these dreams of like basically like saying fuck the system, living off the grid. I really identify with that, and I hope that her motivation, I hope that she's not just a crazy yandere bitch. You know, I would much rather it be she was so frustrated with life and terrified by responsibilities that she like went off the deep end. I would much rather it be that, personally.
Because I feel like there had to be like something. I think it would be kind of lazy if her killing someone was like a random person, like she just killed some random person and that broke her mask, right? I feel like
no. I mean, I don't think it'd be a random person, but I mean, I think again,
yeah.
like I think it's going to be some sort of event that's going to like. Again, if it's going down what I want it to be, I would assume it would be someone that basically just stressed her out to the point of like, you know, reminding her, like, you know, it could be someone like, you gotta grow up eventually, you can't be a kid forever, you know, adult life, yada 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 yada. Like, I could see something like that, and then her snapping.
Yeah, I would like that, or like she killed some, like the love thing. Either way, because it seems like something her character would do. Like the type of because Hirokoshi's hyping up that this boy had some type of influence, so maybe she like killed the boy or some shit like that or something. I don't know. It's like something. I'm
yours. Confused about like that shit that like motherfucker that looks right like Deku. That really threw me the fuck off.
I'm assuming my theory is she probably killed him. Like maybe like
killed the guy that looks like Deku, that like way too much like Deku. I don't know about that.
Why like
no.
I would hate it.
Cringe.
I would hate it if she just fucking just killed some random person, which is like, oh, now I'm like, you know, my mask was broken. Like, I feel like she has to, for her to kill someone, it has to be someone at least close to her, because to break her to the point to where she broke off her mask. Like, I feel like it would be a waste of time. It was like, oh, she killed somebody, and now she realizes like, oh, she hates life, blah blah.
I don't know. I'd rather it be.
I hate it.
Well, yeah, no, it can't. I guess it can't. I was gonna say it can't be a family member, because I feel like that would have been mentioned by the reporter, because she was like, "Oh, your parents were so worried about you," or you know, it was implied that her parents were like on the news, you know, probably like looking for her because she just disappeared and shit. So I can't, because I imagine the reporting would have been vastly different if it was daughter kills her parents and then goes missing. You know what I mean? Or kills brother or kills sister. You know, that's clearly not what happened. So it must have been someone that. It almost makes me think that it was a murder that they couldn't attach to her. Like, she hit it really well, you know?
Yeah, so I just hope that they do it to where either someone she cared for, or someone she didn't stand, or someone that would be a significant point of change in her life. Like, killing that person would, like,
open a switch. I mean, I imagine that's a duh, obviously.
I hope so. Shit, I hope so. Hirokoshi's scaring me, man.
Yeah, he's up and down. Now, one last thing, because we kind of skipped to the bottom shit. I do want to talk about how Giren is still a fucking badass. Like, I'm really loving. One of my favorite lines here is, "You guys made two big mistakes. First one is, no one really wants to see a middle-aged man play damsel in distress, and they bring out that Nomu. You guys are fucked." Like, I love that he's like still talking shit in his position. I can respect that. But then on the flip side, this Joker motherfucker, which I will still continue to call him that, he's like, this is such good villain dialogue. He's like, oh, I got 3 reasons. Oh, that's one more than yours. Yeah. I just love that interaction.
Yo, that shit is fucking, this Riddler / Joker motherfucker.
And I'm telling you, man, this motherfucker has no idea what he's talking about, because they're this close to having a Nomu. You know what I mean? And plus, he has no idea. I'm guessing he has no idea about the big boy.
Yeah,
Unless they can see. I know they were kind of like implying that they could track him through the satellites. I don't know if that was because of the phones they had, or if they were literally getting satellite view. But either way, like, they don't seem to be aware of Mr. Big Bitch over there. And
from what I've gathered is that they only know about the current League of Villains that have been shown up, that have like physically been shown,
right,
like apart, right? So like they don't know about the Doctor or the fucking Hulk guy and shit like that, right? So it really depends. So I think that's gonna be like their downfall. Is like that's the price attack.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's gonna be helpful as well, but I think he's also kind of wrong on this, because essentially his assumption is, oh, you know, since the since the Camino incident, there really has been no Nomus except for the fucking super one with Endeavor. And, you know, they were implying that basically he's looking at the scenario and like, oh, they clearly, you know, they're running out, or that was the last one they had, but he doesn't realize that they're in contact with the doctor. You know what I mean? So they're like one snap away from getting a bunch of Nomus. All he's got to, you know, he's this close to basically proving himself. So basically, this guy is not he's in a good position, but he's not in as good of a position as he thinks he is, which is fascinating.
Yep. Which is epic.
Also, a couple more things. Gotta love Horikoshi. Like, Horikoshi has done a marvelous job at drawing fucking chaos. Like, every, like, wide shot where it's, like, 20 fucking people using their quirks at the same time, I literally, like, stopped and analyzed these fucking pages for, like, minutes. Like, I love this shit.
Ooh, baby.
Like, did you see? Go to page 4 real quick.
I'm going to page 4.
So, page 4, bottom right, this, first of all, very cute girl. What is her quirk? Like, she like puts her fucking hand out, and then like looks like a cross laser shit comes out of her hand. Like, what is that? Like there's so many like different quirks happening in these pages. You know, I like look at this shit.
Yo.
And then you got this motherfucker that has like, what the hell is his hand? Like, his hand's like a fucking like, what is that? Like, it's just so much shit. I love it.
He's like, what is that?
What are those? You got a motherfucker up here throwing a car. I don't know if you stay on page 4 for a second. There's a motherfucker shooting a laser out of his throat right now, and his shirt says smart. Like, I'm just looking at everything right now. There's motherfuckers with like black fire. There's motherfuckers shooting energy balls and shit. I'm just looking through everyone right now. There's definitely some telekinesis motherfuckers. Oh,
definitely bullshit like that.
Like, can you imagine this part in the anime? Like, that's why I keep mentioning that. Like, this shit's gonna be fucking crazy in the anime. Like, because I could just see that Bones level animation where everyone's just fucking flying around.
That quick studio Bone level shit.
So I guess final thoughts here. Toga best girl, continuing to be best girl.
So is this Chitose girl over here.
Speak, my dude.
This Chitose girl over here. Shut the fuck up, bitch. You don't have to do names anyway, ho. I will slap you with my cock. With my 9-inch cock.
Yeah. We all know the bigger someone says it is, the smaller it actually is.
I mean...
That's why I come out and admit that I have a 5-inch cock.
Not even my final form.
5.5.
Is that girth or length?
Final thoughts, bitch.
Exact.
No. Final thoughts. Predictions. Go.
I already gave mine. 10 to 10 chapter.
We can't end with girthy cocks, Thurman. People are going to unsubscribe. They're...
Attention. Control chaos on the news for the most unsubscribed channel after one release video.
Oh, it's the chaos, bro. No, I guess, yeah, I need to know more about her. I need to, because, like, Horikoshi, I don't know if it was purposely confusing, but, like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. It was, he likes to do this. He did this with fucking, Tomura as well. Like, his fucking flashback consisted of, like, you know, like, the whole him killing his family thing. It was just, like, a bunch of fucking panels in the background, and you had to piece it together like some sort of Jenga puzzle. So, like, I hope we see more of her flashback. I want detail, motherfucker. And I'm hoping that my weird, obscure prediction about her just hating society and the way life is right. And I hope that it doesn't just turn out that she's just some future diary fucking, Gasai motherfucker.
I doubt it. I doubt it. I'm pretty sure your theory is correct.
I like it. So, yeah, with that, peace.
Peace.